everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's in the Tuber. Welcome back. This is your second Reacher Season 3 episode review. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe out there in the big old world. It feels weird because I saw you guys yesterday, and here we are. We're already on second episode. It's kind of weird, like to be because again, I've normally reviewed shows that like they would just do one episode a piece. So I would already be kind of, preparing like, okay, I got a week from now. I'm like, all right, I got 2 and 3 back to back, which I'm like, it's a great release strategy because it gets you really into it. And I think more times than not now, I think they design when they write the seasons like, oh yeah, we're going to do the first 3 episodes at launch. So we're basically essentially releasing a 3-hour movie. So we kind of have to like have a good flow to kind of simulate, like what's going on technically speaking. Where for here, like it does work out in that format where like this feels like the natural continuation, but at the same time we're kind of, going with like, more setup fodder, let's say. I don't say that as a bad thing. Definitely, we had a very strong opener. Now we kind of still need to we built a light foundation. Now we're really firming up the foundation of like where are we exactly. We got the setup stuff out of the way. Now we're throwing Reacher fully into this this criminal world that he's trying to infiltrate. And obviously, of course, it's not without merit. Obviously there's going to be something he's going to have to deal with, because it's not just like every day like a criminal empire is going to welcome you in just because you you nearly shot yourself with a bullet. So there definitely is more steps to that, and Reacher is definitely trying to skate the line between trying to do what he needs to do for his job for what he's assigned to do, and at the same time not get killed. And thankfully, because of his very charismatic personality, there really isn't too much he could do in this instance. He's just having to, still be himself, but at the same time, kind of broach the line between what he has to do and what he not has to do. But again, in terms of like a building up episode, I think this was fair. I think we definitely had enough to work with. We had enough to like kind of, again, still firming the ground up here. I want to see how episode 3 does, in terms of like the final output of like how do we kickstart the second half, which is the remaining 5 episodes. We'll start getting 1 per week starting next week. But until then, this episode definitely does do more job of like, still skating the line between like what are we expecting versus what are we not expecting. And I think that is, playing with our expectations, which honestly, it does really work out because it does allow us to kind of, have those moments of like, yeah, like, it's not exactly as you may seem to be, which I think, again, going for a show going into its 3rd season is very much like keeping the audience in check and making sure that they're going to be very much surprised with the final output. But with all that being said, let's go through the Butcher recap and talk about this episode of Reacher. So we begin kind of where we left off. Reacher's kind of giving his detailed surroundings to the head agent who's in charge of this case, just letting her know that most likely the girl's all right. She's safe. This seems too clean. There is no signs of struggle. This was a recent move since, between Reacher's arrival, the kid almost being taken away, that there were so many variables that most likely having this secret element to the household probably gave too much suspicion away. So they probably moved her to an off-site facility for the moment. So now what they need to do is find her. But at least Reacher can ascertain that she is alive, but that's not really a good thing per se. Because the longer she stays in captivity, the longer she could probably either squeal on them or undermine the whole thing. So there's a lot of things going on right now. So Reacher decides to head back up to the room, kind of continue up to the ruse that he's just stuck in the room, and that's what he's going to do. However, before he can fully get in there, he notices an incoming car coming into the property. It's this I don't know what they call him. I don't know. This Afro dude, like got a big mouth, like just he's talking to Duke, which is the second-hand commander for the entire site. And they're talking a bit about Brass, talking about like the fact that he found out where the vehicle is, the vehicle that not only crashed into their vehicle, but also the actual car itself. So they're gonna go in there, get the plates off the vehicle that was committed from the kidnapper, so they can find out who exactly was behind this, and they can teach them a lesson. So that's their kind of direction right now, and they want to get a Reacher on this, making this his first official task for the organization, which causes Reacher to run back up to his room, having to scale the entire house. He does make a misstep, which is a little rare for Reacher's case, where he nearly falls off the the window. But however, once dude comes into his room, slow motion wise, like again, I love these types of scenes, and he notices the window opens. Ah, shit, he escaped, which is like kind of like, well, he wasn't ever under surveillance, so like this kind of would have already raised some red flag. But Reacher manages to kind of get himself over through the window, off screen, managing to undress entirely and claiming that he was just in the bathroom, just taking a load off. And he's like, okay, nope, okay, sleep time's over. It's time to you get your first assignment. You're gonna go escort this dude to an impound lot and just assist him getting the details he needs. That's basically it. But quickly he calls over to the DEA agents who are already kind of not already on a good foot as well, considering the fact that the driver that they knocked unconsciously, instead of him being in a police holding cell, he's actually in their possession, and he's saying no information about anything about the organization, about the girl, about anything that's going on. He's remaining loyal and quiet, but he's very, very much in an uncomfortable position, being stuck like this, trying to sleep, which I almost yawned there for a little bit. I slept for 9 hours today, and I'm like, I feel well rested, but at the same time, I just feel still like I want to yawn. I don't know how really much to say much more than that. Eventually, she gets the head agent gets a little she's not patient. She starts attacking him, trying to get the information out of him. Like, where's the girl? He doesn't know what's going on. He was just hired to be a bodyguard for the kid. The senior officer kind of pulls her away, trying to keep her in check. Like, look, we need to stay our cool. Okay, this guy's may not give us what we want, but we still need to have him. We still need to keep a level mind-headedness about this. Even the two of them go outside while also berating the young agent. Apparently, it was the young agent who made the mistake with the maps. He's the one who made the incorrect survey, which caused them to throw out their entire case because, legally they couldn't use it. So she's kind of still holding that over his head, that they're only here because of his blunder. And they're trying to recoup the loss by teaming up with Reacher, which is something she didn't even want to do in the first place. But they got really no choice in the matter right now, just letting things proceed forward. So when Reacher calls them, he lets them know he's about to move over to the car, and then even she was like, "Oh, don't worry about that. We took care of that. It's in a police impound lot." But the problem is that when they go for the license plate, they're also going to see their car, which Reacher said it was a grenade that went off, but in reality, they did a flashbang. So if they don't see any blood, if they don't see anything of the sort, then they're just going to assume, "Oh yeah, so yeah, there was no death here. No one died. The guy's still alive." So obviously he's going to focus all of his efforts to find the dude and get the information he needs. So obviously this is going to create a conflict of interest. It's going to also destroy Reacher's story about everything. So this is definitely going to be a bit of a problem for them. So obviously she and the senior agent head out to go to try and pull these cars off the lot so that they can, dispose of it properly. So at least when they get there, they don't find it. And obviously they'll be there illegally, so they can't really do too much noise around there. So Reacher and the individuals start heading out. They're trying to make conversation. We learn a little bit more about the dude. Apparently he's like just a regular henchman like everyone else. He's gonna use this tonight to move up in the world. Duke, who is the second guy, the one who assigned him to him, was just another one of the underclassmen that he did something pretty cool one day, and then he got promoted to the big house, the big mansion. And it's also implied in the conversation that I already forgot the guy's name. The villain, the supposed villain, the dad, is not actually the leader of this operation. There's another leader out there, but he's not at the mansion, supposedly. So now that kind of brings into questionability, like, who exactly are they working for? But he's like, you don't need to know about that. Just keep doing what you do. You're just starting over here. So the other two agents managed to make it over to the impound lot pretty quickly. The head agent decided to go in first because the senior agent can be their lookout till when Reacher does notify them of their arrival. They head over to she said over to the car lot, and sadly, the vehicle they need to move away is sadly, let's just say it's not proper. it's not as exactly as they were planning it to be. So this creates the issue that there might not be a way for them to move the car, not be able to get this off the lot. And considering the fact she is not as strong as a reacher, she cannot move the other car out of the way because, again, she doesn't have the keys for it. She's just claiming she's here for evidence pickup. So she's not really here to like move the car over there. That's not what's happening here. So she's kind of screwed in the lamb down, considering the fact that, well, I don't expect reacher to like keep the guy occupied for over an hour. And what reacher decides to do is just look at the clock with a cup of coffee and the coffee mug. That doesn't even do anything. Then once the guy comes in, then he starts pouring it, like just buying up as much time as possible. And we're just like, well, I took a piss. Now I'm thirsty. What do you want me to do? Like, it's 3:45 in the morning. I need something to pick me up. He's like, buy me one? I'm like, bro, dude, I'm broke. So that was hilarious. That was hilarious to say the least. Eventually she gives up. She can't move the car in time. There's no way they can move it all the way out the lot. And then, there's no way. There's no time period. So she kind of have to be a quick thinker on this, deciding to switch out the license plates from Maine to Delaware for the moment to see if they can do something of the sort on that one. So Reacher and the other guy arrived there. He's just giving like, you know what? I'm just going to bribe the dude. It's going to be a quick and easy thing. We get in, get the photos, get out. That's simple. 1, 2, 3. However, Reacher said, well, what if he doesn't agree to the bribe? He's like, damn, we're going to have to kill him. Again, we got to get the information somehow. I'm about to move up in the world. No one's going to stop on my way. Not a night cop like him. So, say lovey. So they arrived there. He's using the guise of like, oh, like I got into a car wreck and my side chick was there and her panties were in the car, so that if my fiance goes to pick it up, she's going to find the panties, she's going to find out what's going on. It's going to ruin everything. So I just need to get in there and, get what I need to get so I can maintain my status quo. Obviously, the night cop's like, nope, not going to happen. This is my second week on the job. I can't be risking my economic employment. The guy, like, not giving a shit, ready to go shoot him, which led to Reacher having to punch him out, which I'm like, my dude Reacher just has one punch to knock out a dude. Not about one punch to kill him, just one punch to freaking knock him out, which I'm just like, how strong is this guy? So they head over inside the proper lot. They find the car, and the guy's already taking pictures. Reacher's trying to signal like, okay, we got what we want. Let's get out of here. Then they find their car, the organization's car, and obviously the guy's looking around. He's like, wait, hold on a minute. Like, you said it was a grenade, right? But like, I don't see any ash. I don't see any blood. I don't see nothing here. It's all clean. It's like, just like, it's super clean. And Reacher's like, well, I don't know. That's what I saw. And then he looks at the plates. He's like, oh, this is Delaware. You guys are Maine. Like, this is not the car. He's like, really? Interesting. Like, so this is the same model that has the same injury as the other car gave it to it that you're reporting, but this is from Delaware. Interesting. And I'm like, these are the types of chismosos that are like, yeah, he's going to definitely blow something up. Well, we'll get to more of that in a second. So they leave. Reacher manages to like get himself out of this one. They return back to the house, and he's just like, saying, yo, we did something great today. Like, my dude, all you did was punch a guy and take a photo. That's not really something like, it's a legendary. It's not that. So Reacher heads back up to his room. He notices the house cleaning's there. So Reacher immediately like pulls her away, say, what were you doing in there? Like, I just started here. There would be no reason for you to already clean it. And she's like, well, no one's used that room in so long that I just figured that because I haven't kept it tidying up. Then I'm like, okay, you left. So I'm like, I might as well take care of it now. And he's like, they send you here to look for my stuff, right? He's like, no, because I don't have anything. And that's the thing. Like, Reacher didn't even bring a bag or anything. He just brought nothing. So there was nothing for him to even look at. Which, again, is just precautionary tales, in Reacher's case about it. So I think from there, yeah, Reacher's about to finally get some slumber time. However, the big boss shows up and he's like, nope, time to get to work. We got a whole day ahead of you. You need to be Brian at it. Head down to the gym to Duke. He'll give you your assignment. And so Reacher's like, I remember when sleep used to be the best part of this job. Not anymore. The dad heads over to his room. I think his last name is Mr. Kirk. I forgot now. Heads over to his son's room, wakes him up, just trying to reinforce, look, this will not happen again. I swear to you. And the kid's like, all right. He's like, still in that groggy sleepiness. He's like, and the dad's just like reinforcing. He's like, yeah, but it happened again. Like, you said that the last time, and it almost happened again. If it wasn't for Reacher, I would be supposedly, taken away. I'll lose another body part to send to you as a way to, like, get the money. So again, like he just seems turned off to the idea of his father because again, like he already told Reacher that his dad didn't even pay the ransom the first time. His guys just got him out of it. So the fact that he wasn't willing to pay up for his son probably set him on the wrong path over there. So Reacher heads down to the gym. He sees Duke and Paulie working out, getting ripped. Reacher's ready to kind of get started on the day, get it over with. And Duke's like, okay, well, we're doing truck delivery today, so let me just get you set up, and we'll be good to go in a few minutes. In the meantime, just hang around, do a quick session, whatever you got to do. Paulie's doing like a very massive chest press workout. Immediately, he wants to like kind of like size him up, get Reacher to like I mean, Paulie's trying to be a little bit friendly. He's like, how much do you bench? Like, this is a simple question. Reacher's just like immediately just kind of being an asshole. He's like, I don't work out. Like, it's kind of stupid. And Paulie's like, okay, big shot over here, big shot. And he's proposing going at it, and Reacher's like, you know what, there is a way we could determine who's the strongest of us right now. Doing kind of like a variant of an arm wrestling competition where all Reacher has to do is like try to get Paulie's arm all the way down while he's angled on a preacher bench. So he does that, and Reacher cannot get him out. So immediately it's already assumed that Reacher cannot beat this guy in a fair hand-to-hand fight right now, in terms of like just brute strength. And obviously Paulie's like, all right, I knew you were weak, but not this week. So Reacher's retaliation just like, lets him go like a rubber band, and it just immediately like it hits his face super hard. He's just ready to go. He's like, all right, let's go. Let's finally do it. Like, you and me, let's go. And then Duke's like, chill. We got work to do. We need to go to the sites. And Paulie's like, nah, they can wait. I'm about to show this little man what he's messing with. He's like, no, work is first. And so sadly, Paulie does not get his showdown with Reacher just quite yet. So from there, they head over to the warehouse where it's, your traditional industrial warehouse, nothing really out of the ordinary there. And all Reacher has to do is drive this truck to New London, which I don't even know where that is. I think that's on the East Coast. It's about a 3-4 hour drive from where they are at. And he's on a time limit. So you got to be there on time. You're not allowed to look inside the thing. And as long as you don't take any unnecessary long breaks, you should be fine. And obviously, Reacher asks the age-old question, what if I got to take a piss? What if I want to drink coffee? He's like, just combine them all. Just do them all at the same time. It doesn't matter. You're on a clock. Don't be late. That's basically it. So, so Reacher heads over down, making his way. He calls up the feds agents, letting them know as they're dealing with their not so quite hostage place, trying to feed him food, but that he just asked no peppers, and they put peppers in it. So he's like, oh, come on, I got to eat. Like, I think my dad would echo this best. Food is food. You eat what you can get. So from there, so they get the call. They let him know like what's going on. That they could be possible. The truck has drugs. Could have the girl. Could have anything illicit. So probably this would be their best chance right now that he's unsupervised. Obviously, Reacher's still a bit paranoid. What if there's like a secondary driver just watching him, making sure he's fine? There could also be the GPS function on it. Could be timing him as well. There's a lot of things right now. So he has a very small window to get them to come over here and check it out. So they agree to meet not quite too far away from where they're at right now. So hopefully they can intercept, have a few minutes to take a look at it, and then make back on their merry way without them noticing. After that call's finished, Reacher calls up our old friend Neagley, who is running her own PI firm very, very well, successfully. Got a nice view of Chicago, of the city light. She gets, I think she kind of knew, like, okay, it's an unknown number. It's got to be Reacher. So as soon as she picks up the phone, Reacher just getting right down to business. She just assumes, oh, you're in town. Maybe we can go see a Sox game or something like that, catch up on old time's sake. But he's like, no, I'm too far away for you to even do that. He's just there to like, he needs her to run names on the people that he's been coercing with, seeing what he can get a little bit more elements on, what are their backstory, trying to get a leg up on the competition. And obviously Neagley's like, oh, well, if you're running a new case or anything, let me fly down there, let me help you out. I got nothing really pending right now. I have the time to go, help you out like I did last time. And he's like, no, you can't help me out this time. Obviously he can't let her know he's undercover, but at the same time, it's kind of hard considering the fact that even both times she's come to his rescue, it wasn't because he didn't need it. It's because he's kind of got no choice. So like here, like, nope, just stay where you are. You'll be fine. And the promos not going to any sense. We'll see her soon. But obviously she's left a little flabbergasted on what kind of situation Reacher's in right now for him. So Reacher meets up with the DEA team, immediately ready to break open the lock to get inside there. While Reacher gives over the bracelet to the head agent, to say again, it's a sign that at least we were looking in the right place. It's just we were not there in sufficient time. So they open up the thing, but sadly, it is just a bunch of carpet, because they're running a carpet business. So the head agent calls up one of her old officer friends, a member of the K9 unit, to bring down one of their dogs to sniff around, see if they can dig up some drugs. But sadly, it doesn't lead anywhere. It doesn't broach anything new. So, however, now they just got to continue with the delivery, just to make sure nothing is out of place here. Reacher decided to go up ahead. Reacher asking the DA agent to go up ahead while, the head agent stays with Reacher for, I don't even know why. I don't even remember what the reason is she stays with him. Because, technically he's just doing it on his own. He doesn't really need, like, a secondary drive. I forgot what the real reason is. But they talk a little bit more about things, and also she can detect from Reacher that, oh, I can see that, I can sense that you have similar remembrance on this topic when it comes to, like, being attached to a CI that you know is very talented. And Rachel's like, yeah, they used to have one of those way back before, but he doesn't bring it up. And she also assumes there's a connection between her, the CI, and the person he's actually after related to this case. And Reacher doesn't confirm or deny it, but his brooding attitude does indicate, yeah, it is somewhat related. Eventually, they all meet up again. Now that they made up for quite a bit of lost time, Reacher was able to solder back together the lock. They switch places, and they just continue on to the mission as normal. Reacher arrives at the destination point, where it's pretty standard. Guys there, they get the goods. They just, okay, take this truck, take it back with you to Maine, and then that's it. You're done. Nothing more to say then. So Reacher makes the long way back to the warehouse, where he arrives. He goes into the main office. Everyone's already gone home for the day. Apparently, there's just no more work to do now that the last shipment just went out, so they're just waiting on the next shipment. And from there, he starts saying, I've been doing some thinking, while I've been waiting for you to come back. Like, just a lot of things are just out of place here, the card thing, you taking up your sweet time, just everything seems to be funny. And then he puts together, like, yeah, you were part of the military at one point. Yeah, you're right. But also at the same time, it's like, he starts to get the smirky feeling that, like, he's not letting up what he is. Like, he has a feeling he's working with cops. Obviously, Reacher's like, yeah, I wasn't in the military. Of course, I have some law enforcement relation. But he's like, no, it's not that. It's something else is wrong here. Some things are not adding up, and it all started when you came in. So let me go talk to Duke. Let me see if he knows anything, as Duke slowly begins to drive into the warehouse, as obviously, again, Reacher trying to not blow his cover, immediately just smacks him down to a thumbtack. Like, not like those tiny ones, like the big ones you use, like when you're pressing down papers, and it's like, oof, instant death. No yelling, no screaming, just instant, like, damn. So yeah, Reacher has to, like, hide it like it was like an attack gone wrong, breaking his leg, squeezing him into the underbelly of the desk, and then just leaving. And he just tells the Duke, like, oh, what took you so long? He's like, oh, this guy's a talker. It's like, that's it. I'm like, if it was any other henchman, you would have checked the scene. But he didn't, so that leaves everything wide open there. And I'm pretty sure that warehouse has camera, or maybe not. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was it for this episode of Reacher. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I don't quite think it hits the highs as last week's episode. I definitely feel like there was a bit of, like, again, like I said before at the start, this is a patchwork building episode. This is not meant to be the next, like, big progressive thing. We're kind of still establishing things. Reacher having to make the connections with the with these people, trying to be able to earn their trust, trying to slowly figure out if he can get ahead of it, trying to figure out what exactly they're up to. But there's a little bit more twists and turns than he was expecting. This is not a straightforward drug operation. There's definitely a little bit more on the surface here. Seeing Neagley again is great. Again, we already know she's not going to be as consistent as last season was. Obviously, you know, we already know she's getting her own show, which I don't think they started filming that yet, but definitely it's in the works. So letting her kind of just do her own thing over there in Chicago. But we'll see her soon enough on there. But it was great to already start to see her. The new DE18, his new supporting cast, they're amusing so far. They're kind of, you know, they got their own banter going. I like it. They kind of are operating as their own independent unit, as, you know, only getting updates from Reacher every now and then. And yeah, and also already Paulie, just, I love him. I think he's going to be the breakout character this season. If we see more Paulie's actor in other projects, whether that is on Prime or like outside the sphere, I would not be surprised, because he's a killer. He literally a killer, and he is a killer on screen. So I really love it. I really, really do. But like I said, this is just mainly connecting the bridge. We're kind of building out the bridge right now that we got like a good foundation going, and I'm very interested to see how much longer, like, because this is Reacher we're talking about. He's a very skilled man, but when it comes to undercover work, I can't really say yes or no. I don't know if he's going to be able to do the full thing. And it's only been like now a day into it, and he's already killed a man just to, like, you know, keep his trail. So how long will it go? How long will it take him to get through this? Who the heck really knows? Will it take him the full 2 weeks? I don't think so, but, you know, you very much want to keep that in the opening there. So that being said, I'm going to give this episode 2 thumbs up. My other hand is with tea. But I believe it's going to do for me today, everyone. So if you're unaware, this has been What's the Two from ActionX, reviewing every episode in the 3rd season of Reacher. If you want to know what we're doing normally, What's the Two besides our Reacher episode reviews, tomorrow, and not tomorrow, in a couple of days, we will be starting our Suits LA journey. Stephen Amell's back on TV, new series, new universe. We'll be kickstarting that on Monday. Every Tuesdays we do the Rookie, every episode review for season 7 after brand new episodes on ABC on Tuesday nights, and then we're also doing Madlog, new episodes after brand new episodes on Thursday nights on NBC. But if you don't care about Reacher, you're still in luck. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 3, because we got the first 3 episodes available for viewing consumption. Then after that, we will go into our regularly now broadcast schedule wise for Fridays. Even though the show comes out on Thursdays, Madlog has priority on Thursday, being the time sensitive matter here. Reacher is a streaming show, so you will get your Reacher reviews until Friday. So apologize for that. But again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, like, favorite, share if you want to, ring that bell, and follow us on social media for more. But until we see each other again, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe out there, be good to each other, and as always, peace out.